Stop letting women bully you. That is the topic of tonight's coaching video, guys, as I take my dogs out for a walk here. I'm in an office park, and I wanted to bang out this quick coaching video because I'm just so sick of seeing guys get bullied by women. I am so tired of seeing guys not stand up for themselves, not have any backbone, just completely bend over whenever he's in the presence of a woman, especially his own woman, right? You should never put up with this type of behavior. And I'm sick of it, right? I'm sick of the lack of respect that women today have for men in general. And you don't even need to know the chick. She could just be a stranger. You notice women have gotten ruder, right? They have gotten more rude over the years because they've been able to get away with this behavior. Just goes back to an old, self-development lesson I used to teach you guys, which is people will only act as good as they need to. And this is especially true for women. I'm just gonna walk back in this parking garage real quick because I don't want the wind to blare out this video. It's very important. So, yeah, people, especially women, will only act as good as they need to. And these days, the way we're heading and the amount of guys I see out there not standing up for themselves, just letting women flat out put them down, make fun of them, berate them, completely just bully them, and women, it's funny because these same type of women are the same type of women that will walk around saying, oh, I'm against bullying, I'm anti-bully all the way. But yet you look at their behavior, it's like, you're the freaking bully. I can't stand that one thing I can't stand about like liberal women is the absolute hypocrisy. But it's not just liberal women, this is like modern women in general are really just not polite towards men anymore, right? I mean, even if you're trying to be polite, she uses that as an excuse to be mean to you because she's like, oh yeah, he's being nice. That must mean he's weak. They don't see your kindness as strength. They see it as weakness. And I really want to turn the tables on this, right? And I am tired of just seeing guys get bullied over and over and over and over, right? Especially when it comes to your girl. I was just watching this podcast with, I think Steven Crowder covered it. Steph Curry's wife went on that Call Your Daddy podcast, that liberal, like, damaged goods podcast that Kamala went on. And she went on there and she basically said, I never wanted to be married. I never wanted to have kids. I didn't want all this. It's like, this bitch is married to a multi-millionaire professional athlete. And she's still not happy. And she goes on this podcast and thrashes him. When this guy has so much status, he can easily just replace her. And this is Steph Curry, right? But you don't need to be Steph Curry to have balls to stand up for yourself. Some of my friends, even my longtime friends, when we're out, and especially some like newbie students, when we are out or they see me interacting with a woman who's rude, and they see me just completely flip like a light switch, and I just like throw it back tenfold at her, right? I don't let her get away with that behavior, right? Because you got to nip that in the bud right away, man. But when they see that, they're just like, whoa, that's another side of you that I've never seen. And I'm like, this is how I respond to bullies, man. I don't like them. I don't like people who bully. And you know what? It's mostly women, right? It's mostly women. Because for the most part, guys, even though we kind of push each other's buttons every once in a while, and I definitely get into it with certain guys, in venues, clubs, doing pickup, doing game, might accidentally pick up his girlfriend or some chick he's interested in. I get it. But we're usually able to work it out pretty quickly. It's like, oh, okay, I didn't know that, Oh, cool, man. Yeah, no worries, and it usually ends with a fist bump or a hug or, hey, man, I'm going to buy you a beer, and I'm like, I don't drink, but yeah, thanks anyway. But with women, no, they double down, they triple down. It's like they want to demolish your soul. Even if they're wrong, they just want to just pound you into the ground, make you as embarrassed as possible to be a man, make you as regretful as possible that you ever stood up for yourself. You know, and this is the dark side of women that a lot of you guys don't see. The dark side of women. However, I don't want to get too far off topic. When it comes to the amount of people bullying out there, the biggest bullies you're ever going to run into isn't a bunch of dudes. It's going to be women. Okay? It's going to be modern women. And this doesn't mean every chick out there is a modern woman. I mean, because there are a lot of women out there who are obviously feminine, right? They're still feminine. I'm not going to say conservative because there are a lot of, trad wives out there, like a Brett Cooper or whatever, that are still championing that type of behavior, that lack of submissiveness. And one thing I notice about women who are truly feminine, the rare ones that are still left out there, they won't try to bully you because they respect you as a man. They respect your masculinity. They respect the dynamic between male and female. They respect our gender roles. Okay, and they are truly traditional like that. And shockingly enough, I've met them on both sides, even some women who would consider themselves on the left. I just think it's just part of that brainwashing dynamic. Like, oh, I'm going to go left because most women are going left, or I'm going to go right because my friends are right. At the end of the day, it's about the woman being feminine or her being masculine. And unfortunately, we've got a lot of masculine women out there these days. Obviously, blame culture, blame feminism, blame the environment we're living in, blame the Matrix for brainwashing these girls into thinking that they're boss babes, they're girl bosses, you can have it all, you can do it all, you can compete with men. And they believe it. They believe it. However, this is why I've always said, one of my very first coaching videos you'll find here are my 33 secrets. Never give a woman power because she will always abuse it. Women were never meant or designed to handle power. So when you give them that boss girl status, you parachute them into these CEO positions and move them up the corporate ladder to fulfill quotas and all this, they don't know how to handle that power. All right, we have this California governor election going on right now, governor campaign race, whatever you want to call it. If you guys saw the video of Katie Porter, she's running for governor. I mean, she looks like the biggest Karen. It's kind of gnarly looking, overweight, and she was basically berating this reporter who asked her a simple question. Is like, hey, don't you need people who voted for Trump to vote for you in order to win? And then it ended up escalating and she got pissed and she said, I'm not doing this interview, blah, blah. But it just goes to show, it's like they want power without responsibility, right? But again, not to get off track, it's just another example of how women don't know how to handle power because, and this ties into them becoming the new bullies in society, is because we have empowered them. We have emboldened them to act this way. By what? By simping, by constantly bending over for them, by, wanting to be the man, I want to be the strong. No. Right? Enough. Because I'm tired of seeing guys, whether it's in venues, while I'm out taking students out for clubbing, doing day game, night game, or even just going to freaking Target and seeing some guy with his girl, basically, getting hammered by her and emasculated by her because he bought the wrong, brand of toothpaste. Enough with the bullying. Stop letting women bully you, talk down to you, disrespect you, berate you, emasculate you. Enough is enough. Okay? Because this has become an epidemic. And I'm tired of the amount of women that I deal with, whether even in my own life, right? If I'm just going about my day, whether it's a freaking bank teller or a cashier or a server that has freaking attitude. It's always a female. This did not exist before, right? I mean, when I was growing up, this did not exist before. Even into the 2000s, this did not exist. This is a new trend of the last, probably 10 or so, last decade, 10 or so odd years. And it needs to stop. And the only way it's gonna stop is if more guys wake up, take my advice, and stop letting these women treat you as if you are some little beta bitch that she can just abuse, whether you know the chick or not. Again, it's even worse if she's your girl, like Steph Curry. That's why you got to get with a feminine woman, man. You got to get with a truly feminine woman, someone who submits. All of these trad cons out there, like a Brett Cooper or, Candace Owen, all of them. And I like Candace. It's like, okay, if you are truly conservative, let me ask you one question. And if you truly believe in God, let me ask you one question. Do you submit to your man? Right? Do you submit to him? Because that's a sign of a feminine woman, right? My last girl I was with for a long time, she submitted. We didn't have to get in these like throw down arguments. And yeah, if that chick even thought of getting on like a podcast, like a Call Her Daddy, if that even came out of her mouth, she knows it would be over. She knows it would be done. I'm like, if you even have that mindset, girl, we don't belong together. Because I know what that side's about. If you're gonna go on there, I already know what's happening here. And like what happened with Steph Curry's wife, she thrashed the guy. And he allows it. What's going to happen to her? Nothing. Stop letting women bully you guys. Okay? And especially if it's your own girl. You got to nip this in the bud early. I keep telling you guys, you cannot let this bad behavior go on. As soon as she starts acting out, boom, you got to nip it in the bud. Like once you first start dating, even before you start dating, from the moment you meet this chick, you have to set the precedents. You have to set the precedents. Okay? There's a video of mine that I usually use to plug my 7 months to mastery program. It was you can't hear it because I'm talking over it usually in these plugs, but I'm wearing my red denim jacket and I'm talking to two different girls. They were kind of like, they considered themselves feminists, and they were really kind of like mean-spirited to a student of mine, and so much so that I went over there and I was like, what's your problem? Why are you talking to him like that? Try to talk to me like that. Okay, fine. You want to be talking? Fine. And then they tried to troll me. Didn't work. And I threw it back. And I don't hold back, because once you bully, that's the thing. I always tell you guys, never start fights. Never provoke the fight. However, if somebody starts a fight with you, gloves are off, man. Take the gloves off. I don't mean physically. I just mean, you know what I mean? Not physically. So I took the gloves off, and I went after both of them, and I stood there. I stood my ground, and within probably a few minutes, they immediately noticed, oh, shoot, this guy is the man. This guy is the boss. He's not going to back down. You better submit, or we're going to have problems. You know why you got to submit? Because you're the woman, right? You're the woman, and I don't take the lead from women, right? I'm a man of faith. I'm Catholic. It says in the Holy Bible, you do not let women lead you, because it leads to chaos. Look what's happening now. We're being led by women. It's leading to chaos, right? And that's on a macro scale, even on a micro scale, right? Where I was just talking to these two little feminists. No. And if you're strong enough, if you have a strong enough backbone, the girl will submit. I will tell you that. She will submit, unless she's crazy, which a lot of these chicks are. If she's crazy, whatever. But these two feminist girls, they ended up completely just they went from being these ferocious lions, and I was able to turn them into pussycats within a few minutes, right? And I'm sure they follow my stuff. I don't even care. It's true. Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm lying. Right? And I stand behind it too. So, but it just, that's the thing that is really hard to teach guys. I could teach you how to approach a girl all day long. I could teach you what to say. I could teach you what to do. I could teach you how to act. I cannot teach you how to have backbone. I cannot teach you to let, to stop letting women bully you. I can't teach you that. And sometimes it's very slight, right? I was just I was out here walking my dogs. I've been, I like to walk in this area, but one of the last times I was here, I was walking by, and I don't have Gizmo on a leash, and this lady walks by with her dog, and Gizmo just kind of charged at him a little bit, but then he kept walking, and then she was like, hey, how come you don't have a leash for that dog? In like a very, very thick, broken accent. And instead of me going, oh, well, everybody here doesn't put their dogs on leashes. So, yeah, it's actually dog park. So she's wrong. But I didn't even get into that. I was just like, what country you from? I'm like, are you supposed to be here legally? She's pissed, right? I went there on her. Because I'm like, okay, you're a stranger, you don't know me, and it's fine if you want to be nice to be like, oh, do you mind having your dog on a leash? I would have been like, oh yeah, no problem. But when you come at me like that, all like bullying, nah. So anyway, that's just a small example. I mean, I could think of so many examples where I've seen or I've experienced or I've witnessed women just being completely god-awful towards other people. Mostly men. They don't do this with each other. They do this with dudes. Okay? They do this with men because they know they can get away with it, because they've been getting away with it. And we're here to put a stop to it. Stop bending over for these chicks. Don't let women bully you. Don't let them lead you. Don't let them lecture you. If you're wrong about something, fine. Go learn from a man. Don't learn from her. It's like, hey, I'm not gonna let this Karen lecture me here. Okay? Stop letting them bully you guys. Enough is enough. That's all I have to really say for tonight's coaching video. Poor guys. We're out here all patient while we're doing this quick coaching video about women. But as always, let me know your thoughts below. If you, and I know you have, because we all have, if you have been bullied by a woman recently, a woman tried to lecture you, talk down to you, shame you for your beliefs, or maybe following my content, which happens a lot, drop them in the comments below. I even told you the story not that long ago of how I met like one of the dumbest single moms ever, and my friend ended up dating her briefly until she turned out to be exactly what I thought she was. But when he first introduced me to her, she immediately came at me like that. She was like, oh, you're that guy. I saw your YouTube channel. He told me they're on YouTube. So I watched some of your videos. Like as if I'm supposed to be like, oh my God, I'm sorry. No, I was like, yeah, and I mean, I was ready to go at it. I'm like, I stand behind what I say 1000%. And then she ended up being exactly what I predicted she would be, which is like damaged goods. So anyway, let me know your thoughts below, guys. And if you're dealing with a woman, and even if she's your own girl, who's like pushing you around your own place, your own house, and even if you don't live together, she's just pushing you around in the relationship, let me know, because we can't let that happen, right? Again, I'm not telling you to be violent, obviously, right? But I'm just telling you to have a backbone, which has a lot more weight than ever being violent around the chick, or anyone for that matter. I'm not down with violence. I'm down with like mental warfare and winning the game. So drop your comments below. I'll see you in the next one.